got a virus or something. It's running so slow.
Have you cleaned it up recently?
Yeah, I wipe the screen all the time.
I mean like apps and files and emails and that kind of stuff.
Wait, we have to declutter our digital stuff as well. Hi everyone, we're Ange and Sporty. We've been minimalist since 2008 and today we're talking about a different kind of clutter.
The kind that you can't trip over, but it still weighs you down.
Let's start by talking about why digital decluttering actually matters.
The first one is the mental load. You know, in the back of your mind, you know that there's countless apps, countless emails, photos lurking everywhere.
And all of that just amounts to a big fat pile of stress.
And then there's the time drain. Searching for files, searching through emails, hundreds of photos, scrolling for hours.
Yeah, it's a big tech frustration as well because things slow down when you've got too many of them on your devices.
And then there's digital hoarding.
Which is pretty much the same as physical stuff. We think that because it's like, you know, on a device and you can't see it, that it doesn't matter, but it's still hoarding. I mean, remember the good old days when we only had one Yahoo account to take care of?
Now we've got emails, messages, cloud storage, and who knows what else is lurking below the surface.
Yeah, it's time to take back control.
We've got 5 simple but very powerful steps to help you tackle digital clutter.
Yeah, each one is a game changer in its own right, but the last one is probably the most important out of all of them. So make sure you stay to the end to see what it is.
And if you don't want to watch the whole video, feel free to skip ahead using the chapters in the description below.
Let's dive in.
Step 1. Tidy up your inbox.
One way to do this is just to create a simple folder or label system where you put things into categories like work, family, personal stuff, medical, and so on.
Another alternative is to embrace the search, don't sort method. This, unfortunately, has me breaking out in hives because I'm on the old school vibes about, you know, with throwing everything into folders.
Yeah, but, you know, most of us are on Gmail nowadays, and Gmail's search function is off the charts good. And they're the ones that promote, instead of putting things into folders, you just search for things in your inbox, although there's still that danger that you can have an inbox that's thousands of emails long.
Yeah, you just need to delete the stuff you're not going to look at again.
Yeah, just delete those thousands of emails. That's probably the first step. Another way to clean up your inbox is to unsubscribe from all those newsletters that you just aren't reading. We've all done it. Something looks interesting, you hit subscribe, the emails come in and you really mean to read them, but you just don't because something else is more important, something's got your attention, so unsubscribe.
And do it as they come in. Don't wait for a whole bunch and think you're going to do it then. If it comes in and you know you're not going to read it, unsubscribe. And the second step on our list is to simplify your photos and files.
This is definitely our Achilles heel. We have so many files, not really files, but photographs in different places that we really need to sort out. So this video is actually for us as much as it is for anyone else, because there's just so much to do there.
So start by making folders and categorizing them, and then delete the ones that you don't need or won't look at.
Yeah, and just a lot of it's going to be easy, like if they're blurry or if you've got duplicates or screenshots that you needed once and then you don't need it again. Just hit delete, hit delete, hit delete.
Yeah.
Ad nauseum. Okay, and when it comes to your files, organize them into folders the same way that we suggested for emails. Put them in there, and the things that you don't need, again, like back up what you need and delete the rest. The thing is, if you like us and you've got lots of photographs, there is a small chance, a big chance, that this is it's gonna be a huge time suck. So you have to decide for yourself if it's worth the effort. But if you haven't looked at those photographs for who knows how long, Maybe it's easier just to delete or to take that disk and just say, okay, well, from that period, I'm not going to bother. But moving forward, I will be more intentional about how I keep my photographs and files.
Yeah. And if you've got 107 photographs on your phone of a certain Mr. Handsome, then maybe keep one or two that are your favorites.
And ditch the rest. That's going to be hard.
Very hard.
Oh, well, let's see if we do this. We're actually thinking of doing a 7-day digital decluttering challenge to see if we can clean up our online lives completely. We'll let you know.
The next point, cut the social media noise.
Yeah. So unfollow any accounts that don't bring you joy and unfriend those people that don't bring you any joy either.
And mute notifications. They're a totally an unnecessary distraction.
I read yesterday that they this virtual tap on your shoulder that's constantly happening throughout the day, that you just don't need that kind of noise in your life.
That's such a good point. You don't need someone tapping you on the shoulder every 2
how
minutes.
annoying is that if someone came to you the whole time?
Yeah. Already that's annoying.
You'd want to clap them, which is Afrikaans for
slap. It's not a slap, it's a slap.
Also, when it comes to social media, because everybody is guilty of this, because the people that make social media platforms know how to create these platforms to get us addicted, and we continuously scroll, which is why you've got terms like doom scrolling. So if you want to be on social media, give yourself a block of time, and then when it's finished, your block of time is over, you commit to getting off there again.
Yeah, it's a hard shutdown. So you put an alarm on or something to snap you out of it. And lastly, consider taking social media detox times or days. Maybe earmark one day on a weekend or something to have an in real life day where you're not online as much or at all.
Remember, if scrolling through your social media feeds feels like a mandatory family reunion, then it's time for some strategic unfollowing accidents.
The next point is about decluttering your apps and subscriptions. And this one I really need to pay attention to.
Sporty is what could probably be called a bit of an app. We won't say addict.
Freak. Download.
Sporty loves herself an app. She has many, many apps on her phone, and I'm a little bit the opposite. Unless it's so crazy important, I'm not putting that app on my phone. So that's the first thing, is to get rid of those apps that you're not using.
Yes. And then turn off notifications on the apps that you decide to keep.
Yeah.
Or unnecessary notifications, let's put it that way. So examples of what you should have notifications for are things like banking, and what you shouldn't have notifications for are things like weather, unless it's a dangerous situation, of course.
Yeah. Oh,
So much of waffling.
No, but that's a really good thing. Having notifications for banking is clever. Having notifications from Instagram or
news feeds
and things like that, not clever. Don't take those ones off. And then once you've cleaned up your phone, think twice about downloading new apps. Use the same approach that we always encourage people to do when you're thinking of buying something. If you want something new, we always say sleep on it, wait a while, and do the same thing with apps. It's too easy just to go, yes, please download that. So just hold off and think, do you really need it, before you go cluttering up your phone again.
And lastly, this is a biggie because it might mean wasting money. Cancel unused subscriptions or subscriptions that you don't really need.
Yeah. Leave a comment below and let us know if you've ever continued paying for a subscription that you completely forgot about and don't actually use anymore. We've got one of those.
Embarrassingly.
Yeah, for the supposed frugal minimalists. We carried on paying for a while. We were very into blogging at one point, and we paid for a keyword research tool, and then we stopped blogging, and it was a few months, and then we were like, oh dear, we're still paying for that. Oops. So let us know what your oops is so that we don't feel so bad about ours, please.
And this is the point that we feel is one of the most important points of digital decluttering. And it is about organizing your digital legacy.
Yeah, because our lives are so much online nowadays. We big proponents of the Swedish death cleaning method, and they talk about having a physical folder in your home where you keep certificates and things that are important papers. But because we're online so much, you need a digital legacy folder as well.
Yeah. And this folder would include instructions on how to handle things like your social media accounts after you've gone.
Yeah, because I don't know, I'm sure it's happened to a lot of people where you're going through your feeds and someone who's died pictures up and like LinkedIn says, hey, wish so-and-so a happy birthday, or, you know, it's just like, when it's happened to me, I haven't been particularly close to the people, so it's not that bad, but I mean, it wouldn't be so great if Sporty shuffled off and then LinkedIn says, hey, wish your wife a happy birthday.
The most important thing to start with here is password management. And with this, we mean having a digital vault to keep all your passwords in.
Yeah, because, I mean, you having a hard time probably remembering your passwords, so what on earth are your family going to do when you're gone? So putting everything in a password vault keeps it safe for you now, and it's helpful for people once you're gone. We subscribe to a really good one,
and it's been a game changer for us. All our passwords are in one place.
And probably the best thing is that the vault makes you can choose. Obviously you can make your own passwords, but the vault makes passwords for you, like really long, complicated ones. So hackers can't just break in because your password is 123 Mr. Handsome or something like that, you know. The thing is that just like you don't want to leave behind a house full of clutter for your kids to have to sort through after you're gone, you don't want to leave a digital mess behind for them either, because that's also just a horrible thing to have to contemplate, you know, in between trying to grieve for the person who's just died.
And now it's time to embrace the freedom of less digital clutter. More time, more clarity, and of course, a much more streamlined digital life.
Yes, because just like with physical minimalism, digital minimalism is about keeping what serves you and letting go of everything else.
So let's all start with one thing today. You let us know in the comments below what you're going to tackle. Ange, what about you?
For me, I'm committing to cleaning up my photos that I've collected for the last, I don't know, I think I've got like a decade's worth.
And I'm committing to getting rid of all those old work emails. I've got them from probably 5 or 6 years ago. They don't need to be there anymore.
So, one last thing before we sign off. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and liking the video, leaving a comment, sharing it with friends who you think are digital hoarders and can use a little bit of motivation in their lives.
And until next time, keep it simple,
keep it organized,
and age with intention.
Bye! Hi everyone, we're Ange and Sporty, and we've been minimalists since The first thing we need to talk about is why digital Sporty.
Sorry.
Don't make fun. This is what happens on our set. At 7 o'clock in the morning, Sporty is only just started on her second coffee. And it's not laced with magic mushrooms.
The problem is that she's too funny.
I haven't said anything. I didn't do anything.
You don't stop talking for a second. I can do this.
Take a moment to dab myself.
You see what I mean? Who dabs themselves?
Ladies, that's who. Can you please just wait? We'll be back.